Jam on toast.
Welcome back to Jam on Toast. It's been a while, and I'm not sorry. We've been busy, and I've not had any inclination to do videos in a while.
No.
Okay, so what we're trying to do with this now, we're going to try to turn this into a movie review session.
Yeah, like be able to watch different types of movies and converse with each other and find out what we think, then find out what the other person thinks.
So it'd be pretty good if we can get going. We wanted to wait and start this out with Dark Knight Rises because it's the hottest new movie out there, and I'm Batman. Here's a little synopsis of how the Dark Knight Rises goes.
All right. So you start off with you have Batman. He's there and he's like a vigilante or something from the last movie. So here comes all these people are happy about the city's being cleaned up in Gotham. And Bane comes into town.
Basically, after Bane comes into town, he starts causing all kinds of havoc in the underground, start organizing crime. He then tricks Batman into coming there, beats him up, puts him in prison, no Batman, and then he reveals a nuclear bomb that he got from the Wayne Corporation.
That's pretty much about it, man.
Batman ends up coming back to save the day, and that is about all there is to it. So the way we like to grade this is we each can use our own systems, do whatever we want. I personally like a 1 out of 10 type system, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those results from 4 categories, average them out, and you're gonna have a grade for the movie. We kind of want to do a hate it, a like it, and an MVP award, because quite frankly, somebody usually deserves an MVP to carry a movie.
There's always an MVP in some type of movie.
So the first category we're going to address is aesthetics. Sight, sound, lighting, production. John, what do you think?
I would say on my scale, I'd give it between a 1 to 10 scale. I had to give it a 7. It had some great aspects and it had a lot of good graphics and it was well established, but some of the sound effects just wasn't there. And some of the voiceovers and in like some of the hallways and stuff, it wasn't there for me. I couldn't have it.
Now, apart from Christian Bale's voice of Batman, I couldn't disagree more. I thought almost everything was there. It just all but floored me, especially the parts where Bane's walking and you can feel it vibrate in the movie theater to just give him that immensity that he lacks in pure physics. So I gave it a 9. Your score was 7?
7.
But on to character development. I have to say, because it's a sequel, it should have been a lot easier for him. I personally gave character development an 8. They didn't have to work hard on Batman, Alfred, a couple other things, but they did such a good job bringing in Bane, especially. Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was wonderful all the way up until she starts going soft and lovey for Bruce.
I would have to say I strongly and completely agree with you. I also had to give it an 8. I love the way they came in with Bane. You're right. They don't have to do anything with Batman or Bruce Wayne, or it's already there. Everything's already been put into it. I did not like the way they brought in Catwoman as much as you did, but it's one of those things. It was still, she had a well-developed story.
And I do have to say this: that Catwoman is essentially a spy. She came in as a little wussy woman and then flipped out the window all of a sudden. I really like that kind of sociopathic flip. Moving on to storyline. I think we both agree that it was a great storyline. The short sale doesn't quite fit it, but the idea of taking Batman away so that the criminals can run anarchy all over the place, and then bring in the protagonist to combat all that chaos is wonderful in concept.
It was very well put together. The storyline, I would have to say, on my scale, I had to give it a 9. Because it was amazingly put together. I loved everything that was going on. I loved, just like you're saying, take the superhero out of the equation, let the villains freaking just rampage everything, and it was just amazing.
There's just a couple holes in it, so I gave it an 8. I particularly didn't enjoy the more heartfelt scenes of the movie, and thought we really could have done without silly little motivations. Everyone's already on Batman's side. Let's just go with it. Stemming off a storyline, I want to put it in a category of compulsion. How invested you were in the movie, how much it drew you in and just what it meant to you. John, do you want to go first, or shall I?
It hurts me to say this. I will go first. But, alright. Honestly, I had to give it a 5. There's parts in this movie, you're just like, you're sitting there talking to yourself. The funnest thing that I had about this movie was being able to laugh at other crap that was going on in the movie that wasn't even supposed to be laughed at. You know, it's supposed to be this serious, ongoing stuff, and you're just like, no. That's all I can say about it.
Personally, I'm appalled at your opinion of this. I can't believe you'd only give it a 5. I mean, did you laugh at the funeral? I'm sorry, that was me. It was a 4. As a whole, it's just the execution of so many little things left me either bored or laughing at things that really shouldn't be funny, but were some of the funniest things I'd seen in a long time. It's summer. There's no Big Bang Theory yet. Averaging out everything, I get the scale ends up bringing that up to a 72.5 or 73.
It was about the same numbers. It was about 71%.
So 73, 71. I would say that 70 is a passing grade for a decent movie, or a good movie, and then under 50 is a don't watch this. So Dark Knight Rises, as much as I love Bane, not the best movie I've seen ever. John?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you definitely, if you love Batman, to go see, but you could also wait to go see it, like to rent it out, because it was a good movie, but I wouldn't go see it again in the theaters. I just wouldn't do it.
Now, while I won't go see it again, I think there are some things that seeing it in the theater gave us that we won't get at home unless we have surround sound.
Very true. Unless you have an awesome surround sound system, you might want to go see it in theaters, because you're right, the footsteps were on point.
Okay, so let's go to Love It, Hate It, MVP real quick. I'm going to start with my hated. If it was acceptable, I would say just the boring bits. That's not acceptable. I have to say Christian Bale's voice as Batman. You couldn't even understand him sometimes. It's ridiculous. And there was a couple scenes where the only people around him were the ones who knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. Just drop it. My love it was just that I could laugh at almost everything in the first half of the movie, and then we started hitting the boring points. And then I would laugh again for a while. My MVP for this is Bane. Now, he's no Joker, but he was smart, he was calculating, and it had me thinking, oh, what is he going to plan out next? Where are the steps? And I love being engaged like that.
I'm going to start off with my MVP because there's not much to say about it, because it is definitely Bane. Bane is definitely the MVP of this movie. No doubt about it. Hands down. Alright, I'll move on to my love it. My love it was Batman's motorcycle. That thing was on point. When you can sit there and spin your tires out in different directions to rotate, to do a 90-degree turn, I want one. I want one, like, now.
Not to interrupt you, I'm going to let you finish. And if I can't accept funny bits as mine, that would be my thing, because the physics involved in it was phenomenal, because it's a true thing. It's capable today. You could have one outside, but the physics behind it is just beautiful. I think you have one more?
Yes, and my hate it. Oh my God. For anybody who is watching this, if you have any sense in your mind, if you have a nuclear bomb, do not pull it out of the truck and let it hit the ground. Don't fly it up there, don't hit it through and stuff. It's not possible. It should have blown up. End of story. You hit nuclear bomb on the ground, boom. That's all I got to say about that.
I will have to say one of the reasons why I'll never be a filmmaker is because I would have had the bomb explode as soon as that truck fell into the subway. So that was disappointing that they didn't accelerate the timer at all.
They couldn't. It only had like 2 minutes.
11. Anyways, we gotta wrap this up. Thanks for the jam, guys. We'll be your toast.
I'm John.
I'm Cam. Have a nice day.